guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming on to show you things that you can do with jelly prints. Now I have a whole stack of papers here which I've that I've created using my jelly plate. I know there's been quite a few videos going around at the moment about doing jelly prints, but I'm going to show you a couple of ways that you can incorporate your jelly prints into art journals or junk journals. Now what I'm actually working on at the moment is this travel junk journal. You may have seen me create this collage cover. If you haven't, I'll leave the link to this in the description box down below so you can check it out. But what I have been doing is, so that's the inside, I've been doing some collages on jelly prints, and here's another one there. So that's just a jelly printed glassine bag. Now we'll be making another video within a couple of weeks showing you different ways you can incorporate jelly prints into your journals. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to make some tuck spots with these, because this, again, that's a jelly printed page that I've done. It's quite art journaly and grungy, but what I've done is I've also included a map in here, and I wanted to set this down and just glue it on these two corners here so that it would be a side pocket. And then I wanted to turn this little one into a tag, but I wanted to do the same thing. I wanted to glue it here on two sides and just turn it into a side pocket, and I thought those, although they're not immediately side by side, you wouldn't see them straight away, they do sort of match. Don't know where they are. No, I'm going to put it that side. So all I've done is, these were just jelly printed on brown paper bags, and all I've done is I've just distressed the edges with a distress oxide, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to collage over it. So I'll show you the process of how I do that. I have already selected some of the images and things. So what I did in previous collages, I'll just show you this one. So with this collage, that's out of a travel guide. So I bought a travel guide from the charity shop before I went to Paris, and I've just cut it up. I've used Tim Holtz and some words, and then just a Project Life card behind there. But on this one, all I'm going to use is, I've got a selection of images that I've cut out from magazines and just some words from the travel brochures. I'll show you that. Again, if you haven't seen my previous video about getting travel ephemera, this is like a map. It was a map for a hop-on, hop-off bus. I picked up a few because the words are perfect, like the perfect way, you know, beautiful things. So let's get started. So I'll start off with the first tag first of all, and all I use just to stick down is PVA glue, and all I do is I just put it in this tub. So I fussy cut these out of magazines, so let's have a look how they, can't remember how I had them now. So I think I'll just layer them like that, butterfly over the top, and just layer that in the middle. So the butterfly, I might just put a little bit of distress around the edge. I've got a glue problem. My problem is that I left it off overnight. The lid off overnight, so I've got this tacky glue from Hobbycraft, which is really good. I'm going to get some more of this and just put that on. It does come out not with a very fine nozzle, so I have to spread it out. Ooh. Stick that on over the top. I like to leave it overhanging a little bit. I'm going to move it down because I'm going to put an eyelet in the top there as well, so just move that down. You could use a glue stick for gluing these as well, but I do find that a glue stick doesn't always glue as well. But just experiment. Again, I know I've left that overhanging the edge of the tag, but I'll glue it down. I'll cut it down, sorry. Thinking about gluing as I was gluing. I won't cut the butterfly off, I'll leave the butterfly overhanging, but these flowers, they're overhanging. I'll show you the magazine spread that they come off. Oh. So it was like an advert, I think, or like just like an article, and they had all these lovely vibrant fruits and leaves on, so I thought they're brilliant. And any pages like that I just save, so if you've watched any of my glue book videos you'll see that I just save lots of images from magazines. So I was trying to work out what order these words went in then. The perfect way. All of that glue will dry, but that's really cool. I'll show you. I'm going to put that there on that page. And I'm actually going to put an eyelet in there and a little bit of ribbon. So the ribbon that I've got is this multicoloured one. I don't know if it goes now though, to be honest. I might just leave it blank, and then if I do a tag in there I might put ribbon on the tag. I don't like the tag at the moment. I don't like the ribbon at the moment, sorry. So the second one, similar concept, similar images I'm going to use on this one. But on this one I did actually cut out a picture from a tour guide. Yeah. And I've got some flowers and leaves again. So first thing I'm going to put down is this one, because this is probably the majority of this will get covered. And if anything lifts up afterwards because you haven't stuck it down enough, you can just, you know, peel the corner up and stick it down. I'm going to put that about there, but what I do want to do is I want to put a little bit of cheesecloth behind. So I just bought this huge amount of cheesecloth off eBay, I think it was, a couple of years ago now. And all I do is I just find the corner and just snip any type of piece. And just fray it and pull it apart a little bit. And that will sit behind him. And then I will just do a nice blob of glue. That will stick that down. You can use hot glue, but just bear in mind anything that I'm going to stick over here, I'll need to put a little bit more of adhesive on. All I'm going to do is the cheesecloth is doubled there, just because I think it's like hemmed, so I'll just cut that off because that will be more difficult to stick on top of, and the majority of that is going to be covered. So that's where the statue will sit. I was going to say Michelangelo then, but it's not. It is a statue by Michelangelo. I think it's called the Slave or something like that. I'm going to leave that blobby because again it needs to go through the cheesecloth, so it needs to be quite saturated. Okay, so press that nice and firmly down. And I've got a few bits, I'm not sure how I'm going to arrange them. Just like so around the bottom of his body, that goes really well. Again, it's overlapping the tag, but I'll just cut it off. This one, I think I need to put that one right down in the corner rather than up a little bit higher. Okay, so let me just cut that now. Got a nice another little image that you can use there. Just get rid of the glue off my nice backing. So I I think I might just cover his hand with Explore Paris with us. I think that really quite striking these words are because of the colours, you know, the yellows, and I've used some yellows throughout the rest of the journal, so it will match. Okay, better put the lid on my glue. So what I've also been doing, the pen. So all I've been doing then is I've been using a fine pen. It was this one that I've been using. So it's Derwent fine liner, a 0.3. I have got this one as well. I think it's the same width, yeah, 0.3. But that one, it doesn't tend to work over paint. I'm not entirely sure why. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to do like a faux stitching. Let me show you on these ones. So as you can see around the edges here, I've just done like some lines, almost like some faux stitching. I just can't be bothered to get my sewing machine out just to do a couple of quick lines. So just do some rough lines around it. You can do some pretend zigzags if you want to as well. You don't have to be neat with it. And I'm only going to go around the outside of the Gelli print. I'm not going to go over the collage. A couple of zigzags there. And just do the lines close together. Don't worry about them being neat, as you wouldn't with your sewing machine. The zigzag. There we go, and that just gives a little bit of definition to the whole thing. Again, I'll do it on this one as well. I like to do two because I also like to do that when I'm stitching on my sewing machine. I like to do double lines. Okay, lovely. So that's the outline of that one as well. So there you go. I hope this gives you a really cool idea of how you can use Gelli prints in your junk journals, glue books, art journals, anything like that. Just do some collages over them so they match the rest of your journal. Do stay tuned for some further ideas on Gelli printing, so subscribe to my channel and like this video. Bye!